Today, I want to talk to you about something you've probably felt at some point, but maybe never really stopped to understand: isolation. You know that feeling of being surrounded by people, yet still feeling completely alone. That sense that no matter how much others try, no one truly understands what you're going through. Well, this might be much more than just a difficult phase. It could be a sign, a calling from the universe, preparing you for something bigger than you can imagine. And before you think this is just another passing thought, let me share something with you. There was a time in my life when isolation hit me hard. I had friends around me, my job was going well, everything seemed to be in place. But inside, it felt like something was off. Every day, I woke up with this empty feeling, like I was trapped in an endless cycle, without direction, without purpose. And during that time, a question started to echo in my mind. Why am I feeling this way? What is the universe trying to show me? And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. If you've ever felt this way, or if you're going through it right now, stay with me. Because what seems like a dark phase might actually be the beginning of one of the most transformative periods of your life. If this message resonates with you, share your awakening experience in the comments. I love reading and getting to know your stories. In this present moment, in the here and now. Being present is so much more than just physically being in a place. It means being fully engaged with the moment, with your senses awakened and your mind open. And when we truly allow ourselves to be present, we start noticing the details we once overlooked. A random conversation you overhear might hold the exact answer you've been searching for. A song playing on the radio could bring up an emotion that needs to be felt and processed. It's in these small but powerful experiences that the universe whispers its guidance to us. Maybe what you need right now isn't to run from this feeling of isolation, but to embrace it, understand it, and listen to what it has to say. Because sometimes, in the silence of solitude, we find the deepest answers. When we talk about isolation, we're not just referring to physical loneliness. The kind of isolation I'm talking about goes beyond that. It's that deep feeling of detachment, as if the universe itself has placed it in your life for a greater purpose. The gift of isolation. What if, instead of resisting this moment, you could see it as an essential phase for your spiritual growth and self-discovery? Isolation gives us a valuable gift, the opportunity to look within and truly see who we are. In silence, we begin to notice things that the noise of everyday life tends to hide. It's in this space that we reflect on our choices, our beliefs, and often realize that the time has come to change the course of certain things. It's a period of clarity, an invitation from the universe to connect with your deepest truth. And there's more. During this time of solitude, the universe starts to communicate in subtle ways. Have you ever noticed those small signs that seem like coincidences, too perfect to be random? That song that plays at the exact moment you're thinking about something important, or that person who suddenly appears in your life, delivering a message you needed to hear. These synchronicities are like quiet confirmations from the universe, reminding you that you're on the right path. The problem is, we often ignore these signs, but when we start paying attention, everything changes. Isolation stops feeling like a punishment and starts being recognized for what it truly is. An opportunity for growth, a chance to connect with something greater. But of course, it's not always easy. Isolation also tests us. The loneliness can feel heavy, self-doubt can grow stronger, questions may arise, making you doubt everything. But remember this, you are never truly alone. There is an invisible community, a group of people who, just like you, are also going through their own awakening journey. You are not the only one. And these difficult moments, they're part of the process. They act as gateways, leading us to more authentic, stronger versions of ourselves. Accepting this journey of isolation is essential. Every step you take, even if it feels lonely, is a step toward your unique destiny. This time of solitude might be exactly what you need to discover your purpose, understand what truly makes you happy, and connect with your most authentic self. So, next time you feel isolated, pause and reflect. What if the universe is simply giving you the space you need to rediscover yourself? What if this season of solitude is actually a gift in disguise? The answer is already inside you. It always has been. All you have to do is be ready to listen. The power of self-reflection in isolation. Self-reflection and transformation are two pillars that go hand in hand in the process of isolation. When we allow ourselves to fully experience this period, we enter a space where we can truly dedicate time to understanding who we really are on a deeper level. This is a moment of introspection, where we turn inward and examine our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with greater clarity and awareness. Self-reflection is that inner calling, an invitation to question our behaviors, our patterns, and the motivations that drive our actions. It encourages us to explore the depths of our being. And many times, this journey requires facing parts of ourselves that we've avoided for far too long. When we are in isolation, there is nowhere left to run. We are forced to confront everything we've tried to ignore, and it's precisely in that vulnerability that true transformation begins. The deep process of transformation. Transformation is not just a surface-level change. It happens from the inside out, touching layers of ourselves that were once hidden. As we engage in self-reflection, we begin to recognize patterns that may no longer serve us. These could be limiting beliefs we've carried since childhood, repetitive habits we've followed without realizing, or even fears and insecurities that keep us stuck in the same place. Self-reflection allows us to see these limitations and, more importantly, work through them. This process can be uncomfortable because it demands absolute honesty with ourselves. It requires us to face our flaws and vulnerabilities without judgment, with the sole intention of understanding and ultimately transcending these blocks. And this is where isolation reveals itself as a powerful tool. Without the distractions of the outside world, we finally have the time and space to dive deeper into the journey of self-discovery, healing the past and planting the new. During this internal journey, we may encounter painful memories or repressed emotions that need to be healed, but in doing so, we begin to clear the way for something new. It's like tilling the soil before planting seeds. Transformation happens precisely in this act of setting new intentions, new ways of thinking, new attitudes, new ways of relating to ourselves and to the world around us. This path can be challenging, but every step forward brings us closer to our true essence, the guidance of the universe. The universe is always guiding us, sending us subtle signs and messages to remind us that we are never alone on this journey. At times, we may feel lost without direction, especially in moments of isolation. But what we often fail to realize is that in these phases, the universe is calling us to listen. These signs can appear in many ways. A chance conversation with someone who says exactly what we needed to hear. A book that appears at the right time, carrying a transformative message. A gut feeling, an intuition, or a sudden moment of clarity that seems to come from nowhere. The universe is always speaking, but in order to understand its language, we must be present. The power of presence. Being present is more than just physically being in a place. It means being fully connected to the moment, with our senses awakened and our minds open. When we truly allow ourselves to be present, we start noticing the subtle details that once went unnoticed. A phrase spoken casually that holds the exact answer we were looking for. A song playing at the perfect moment, bringing up an emotion that needs to be felt and understood. A glance, a simple gesture that shifts our perspective. None of this is random. These are small messages that the universe continuously sends us. They are invitations, reminders for us to pay attention, to align with the natural flow of life. Because the truth is this: the answers we seek are often already around us, just waiting for us to be ready to see them. Synchronicities. The universe, speaking to you. Synchronicities are one of the most fascinating ways the universe communicates with us. They are like hidden codes woven into the fabric of reality. Small signs that appear unexpectedly, guiding us and confirming that we are on the right path. Think about how many times you've experienced something like this. You think about someone you haven't seen in years, and suddenly they send you a message. You're struggling with a decision, and at that exact moment, you overhear a conversation that gives you the answer you needed. Something that seemed impossible happens, as if the universe perfectly orchestrated every event. These meaningful coincidences are not random occurrences. They are like compasses helping us navigate through life, reminding us that we are in sync with something greater. Every synchronicity is a message. Pay attention. Something important is unfolding. So I ask you, have you been noticing these signs along your path? What comes next? If you've made it this far, it's because something inside you knows this calling is real. Right now, at this very moment, the universe may be trying to tell you something that could shift your perspective on life, your purpose, and what truly matters. In the next chapter, we'll uncover how these signs can transform your decisions and lead you toward the purpose you were born to fulfill. And I promise you, this is something you won't want to miss. Signs that can transform your choices. When we learn to recognize the signs the universe is sending us, something extraordinary happens. Our perception of life changes completely. Every synchronicity, every unexpected encounter, every intuitive feeling stops being seen as mere coincidence and becomes an opportunity to align with our true path. These signs have the power to influence our daily choices. They help us see which roads resonate with our purpose and which ones are leading us away from it. It's as if the universe is constantly offering us an invisible map, guiding us through the decisions we need to make in order to grow and evolve. They encourage us to be more aware, to live with greater intention and presence. When we start paying attention to these signs, something inside us awakens. We begin to live in a way that feels more connected, more aligned with the natural flow of life. Each synchronicity is a quiet confirmation that we are exactly where we're meant to be, even when the journey feels uncertain. The subtle whispers of the universe. On the other hand, some signs come in a much more delicate, almost imperceptible way. They appear in the smallest details of daily life. A sentence that jumps out at us from a book. A song that starts playing at the exact moment we need to hear its message. A butterfly crossing our path while we're lost in deep thought. These gentle signs are whispers from the universe, reminders that even in moments of doubt and uncertainty, we are being guided and supported. They silently tell us, you are not alone. Isolation as a hidden gift. At first, embracing isolation might feel like an overwhelming challenge. How can we see something positive in a period where we feel disconnected from the world, distant from friends, family, and the activities that have always been part of our routine? But what if, instead of seeing isolation as a burden, you saw it as a powerful opportunity for spiritual growth? Because it is precisely in solitude that we find a unique chance to reconnect with ourselves and with the divine. The greatest minds in human history understood this and transformed isolation into a portal for self-discovery. Newton and Tesla, when isolation becomes a calling. Two powerful examples of this are Isaac Newton and Nikola Tesla. Isaac Newton, the solitude that changed science. In 1665, during the Great Plague of London, Newton was forced to leave the University of Cambridge and return to his home in Woolsthorpe. What could have been a period of stagnation turned out to be the most productive and transformative phase of his life. Far from academic and social distractions, Newton finally had the time and space to reflect deeply on the world. It was during this solitude that he developed some of his most groundbreaking theories, including the law of universal gravitation. The famous story of the apple falling from the tree happened during this time. But the most impressive part wasn't the event itself. It was the mind that was ready to capture the message. Isolation allowed Newton to listen not just to the physical world, but also to his own creativity and intuition. What seemed like an obstacle became the call to his true purpose, to revolutionize science and transform the way we understand the universe. Nikola Tesla, intuition as the source of innovation. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest inventors and visionaries in history, also found that solitude was the key to his greatest creations. Tesla often isolated himself for long periods to reflect and visualize his inventions in detail, even before building them physically. During these moments of introspection, he described receiving visions or insights from the universe, which guided him in his discoveries. It was in this deep state of connection with himself and with the cosmos that he conceived ideas far ahead of his time, such as alternating current and wireless energy transmission. For Tesla, isolation was never a burden. It was a portal to access a higher level of consciousness. He believed the universe contained an infinite field of knowledge, and that, by connecting with this energy, we could transform not only our own lives, but the entire world. These stories prove one thing: the universe never isolates us without a reason. What if your moment of solitude is, in fact, a doorway to something extraordinary? What is your time in isolation trying to teach you? Now that you've made it this far, I want you to pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes if you need to. What if isolation was never a punishment, but a hidden gift? Think about all the great minds who have gone through this process. Think about Newton, Tesla, and so many others who, in the silence of their journeys, heard the call of the universe and discovered the purpose that would guide them for the rest of their lives. Now, look within yourself. What is your time in solitude trying to teach you? Perhaps this is the beginning of something extraordinary. Maybe this is the exact moment when the universe is whispering answers you've been searching for all along. But in order to hear them, you must silence the external noise and allow yourself to feel, to understand. Every challenge life places in your path could be the key to a new awakening. What if, instead of resisting isolation, you chose to embrace it? What if, instead of seeing it as emptiness, you saw it as an invitation to transformation? Because here's the truth: the loneliest moments of your life may be the ones that shape you the most. It's in these moments that you discover your strength, your resilience, and your connection to something greater. I invite you to reflect. What is this phase of your life trying to teach you? What calling have you been ignoring, yet continues to echo inside you? And most importantly, are you ready to listen? The answers you seek have always been within you. They are in the silence, in introspection, in the courage to look at yourself without fear, without distractions, without running away. Now, I want to hear from you. What is the greatest lesson that isolation has brought into your life? Share your story in the comments. I love reading your experiences, feeling this connection, and realizing that in some way we are all walking this journey together. Because in the end, even in solitude, we are never truly alone. There is always a purpose, always a meaning waiting to be revealed. And remember, solitude may just be the gateway to your greatest transformation. Are you ready to walk through it? I'll see you on the next journey. Now, as we reach the end of this revealing expedition, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you for staying with us until the end. Your dedication and curiosity are the fuel that drives us to explore, demystify, and share these intriguing stories. I want to share something special with you. As a fan of the Map of Higher Self channel, you are about to embark on a unique journey of self-discovery and mental formation. I present to you the Map of Higher Self, a revolutionary ebook that will redefine your mental reality. As the creator of this content and leader of the Map of Higher Self channel, I'm sharing my deepest experiences and valuable lessons with you. Each chapter of this ebook is a reflection of my journey, filled with practical lessons I've lived and transformed into wisdom. Don't miss this opportunity to transform your life. Click the link in the pinned comment and start your journey towards self-knowledge and positivity today. Imagine yourself for a moment as one of the ancient explorers who ventured into unknown territories, guided only by the flame of curiosity and the thirst for knowledge. Every piece of information, every symbol deciphered, is like a map leading us deeper into the labyrinth of the unknown. And just like those explorers, you too are now a little closer to the truth, carrying with you a new understanding of the forces that shape our world. Your presence here is not just a personal achievement, but a valuable contribution to a vibrant community of curious and knowledge-seeking individuals. Every view, every comment, every like is a step we take together toward a deeper and collective understanding. You are not just a spectator, you are a partner in this journey of discovery. So, as we close this chapter, I invite you to reflect on today's revelations and prepare for the next steps. We will continue unraveling secrets, questioning established truths, and exploring the mysteries around us. Your participation is essential, not just for the growth of this channel, but for the expansion of our horizon of knowledge. Until the next discovery. And remember, the real power lies in questioning and understanding what is beyond the visible. And before you go, don't miss these 2 videos I've selected especially for you. They're packed with deep knowledge and fascinating discoveries that you'll love. Click on one of them and continue your journey of self-discovery and the pursuit of wisdom with the amazing content our channel has to offer.